it going there today, everybody? This is Michael out in Maui. Aloha. So if you've been enjoying all the content that I've been putting out, I recommend subscribing to the channel. By subscribing, you'll be notified every single time I put out a new video. So today, I want to talk about how to prepare to play in a tournament. I recommend playing in tournaments. You know, get out there and play with everybody in disc golf. You know, play in your local tournaments or whatever you're going to do. So here's just some pointers on how to prepare to play your first tournament. So if you've never played a tournament before, you know, obviously you go into the tournament just to have fun and play, get a tournament under your belt, you know, play one. But if you played a few, you know, and you kind of got the feel and the vibe of how to go about the tournaments, here's just some pointers that I do when I've played tournaments. So when you get there, you know, get the scorecard for the tournament. Go out and play your practice round. As you're throwing every hole, you want to put a value on that hole. So you got to be truthful to yourself when you're doing this, because when you're playing, all you can do is post a score. You know, you post your score and hopefully it's good enough to win. No one else can do anything to you. You can only blow yourself up. So how to go about, you know, posting your score? So first, get the scorecard. Go out and take a practice round. On every hole, put a value to that hole. Are you going to par hole 1? Are you going to throw a bogey hole 1? You know, put a value on the card for every hole. You know, hole 5. Do you think you can get a birdie? Then put a birdie, you know, -2. You know, hole, you know, 9. You know, oh, I think I probably end up with a bogey. You know, then put a bogey on the card. Chart out your game. That now represents how you're going to play the hole once the tournament starts. You know, if hole 1, you say you're going to throw a bogey, you play for a bogey. You know, if you're on hole 7 and you have it as a par, you play it for a par. You don't play it for a, you know, birdie. You know, you play what you've mapped out. This will keep you focused on playing the game, you know, because you're going to look at your card and you're going to put a value on that hole, and all you got to do is play what you put down for the value of that hole. So then you want to also go through and put a, you know, like if you think you possibly could throw a birdie, let's say on hole 4, yet you had put down a par. Well, right next to it, maybe put a -2. And what that represents is when you're playing the hole, you're playing it for a 3. But let's say that last day round, you're in contention of beating some people. You know, let's say you're top 5, top 10, you know, top 20. You want to know what holes do you feel comfortable trying to go for the better shots, you know, going for the birdie. Not every hole is a birdie hole. You have to play for birdie on the holes that allow you to play for a birdie. So you got to put in where you think you possibly can make up a shot. You know, so let's say hole, like I said, hole 4, you think it's possible. So you can try for a birdie on hole 4, but you're not going to try for a birdie on hole 5 because you have that, you know, as a, you know, par. So you'll just do that. So you might end up with maybe 4 or 5 spots on your card that you feel comfortable pushing it, you know, to try for the lower score. Because when you're when you're chasing somebody, you don't want to blow yourself up either. Like, I don't want to just push on every hole and next thing I know, I'm out of top 25, because I blew myself up by just, going for birdie on all these holes that I shouldn't be trying. So you got to put in there, what holes are you comfortable trying to push if you have to. But by charting it out, it's going to help you stay more focused, because you're going to look at your chart and say, I'm playing this for a bogey. This hole for me is a 4. So now you just play for a 4. Oh, this hole here, I have it as a birdie hole. Then you play that for a birdie. But like I said, it will help you, get around the course easier, because you've already mapped out what your score is going to be. And like I said, if you're going to try to push to get a stroke, you only do it on the holes that you feel comfortable. Because like I said, you don't want to blow yourself up. So just post your score, feel happy about your round. You don't want to look at your scorecard afterwards saying, man, I should have just played for a bogey on that hole. Instead, I went for the birdie, I went out of bounds, I blew up on one hole. You literally fell apart because of one hole. And that happens a lot, because I've played in tournaments and guys have done that. I played a guy that blew himself up on one hole. He went 6 shots on one par. 3 par, he went 6. All I had to do was maintain par. I beat him just because of that one hole. So as I was saying, don't blow yourself up. Just play what you put down on your scorecard from your practice round. And like I said, that'll help keep you focused. You'll be amazed on how many people just chuck the disc. As a beginner, I played in, 6 tournaments now when I was a beginner. And I've got 3 first, 1 second, and 2 thirds. So how does a beginner beat all the experts here? Because I was the only one who charted the course. I picked out where I thought I could play each hole. And I played my card. And they just chucked their disc. And so a complete beginner took out all the experts just because of my mindset of how to approach that tournament. So I just recommend, chart it out. It'll make you be more relaxed because you already got your score written on your scorecard. That's what you're playing for right there. Your scorecard, what you wrote down. So you're going to be more calm, more relaxed. Just play your card. But yeah, I just recommend getting out there and playing, though. It's a lot of fun. You'll meet all these new people. And, it's just a blast. So anyways, that's how you chart yourself around the course. So this is Michael out in Maui. Aloha.